Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu hal adullukum ala tijaratin tunzikum min azabin alim. Tu'minuna billahi wa rasulihi wa tujahiduna fi sabilillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum. Zalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun. My name is Oktasnar Anissa Hadian, and here I will discuss about solidarity and politeness. Definition of solidarity. Solidarity or intimacy are given linguistic expression by address systems consisting of a T or V distinction and address terms. This way, speakers are given the chance to either be more formal or less formal with their interlocutor on certain occasions. Okay, next, definition of politeness. In sociolinguistics and conversation analysis or CA, politeness strategies are speech acts that express concern for others and minimize threats to self-esteem or pass in particular social contexts. Linguistic politeness can be defined as the ways in which language is employed in conversation to show consideration for the feelings and desires of one's interlocutors, to create and uphold interpersonal relationships, so-called politic behavior, and to comply with the rules for what society or one's culture considers appropriate behavior. Although politeness in language had featured in earlier work to different degrees of explicitness, the research into the phenomenon only really took off in 1917 and 1918. The first accounts were based on contemporary theoretical pragmatics and sociology and on the cooperative principle, speech act theory, and the nation of faith in particular. They regarded politeness as a set of maxims, example, give options, motivating linguistic choices, or as paying linguistic attention to an individual's wish to be liked and to do as one pleases. These models inspired numerous linguists, resulting in a substantial increase in the number of politeness studies in the 1990s. However, the research started to find more and more problems with the theories. It challenged, among other things, the claim that they describe a universal feature of language and cultures, as well as the idea that they are fixed that set of invariable sociolinguistic factors, example social distance, captured the role of context in politeness. Next, to and fro's. This distinction began as a difference between plural and singular. For Cantory, the use of plural fous was to address the emperor. There were two emperors, one in Constantinople and another in Rome, but the empire was administratively unified. By addressing one, you were in fact addressing both emperors. As a consequence, the medieval upper class began to use fee forms among them to show mutual respect and politeness. Lower classes use mutual T forms. Upper classes use T to address lower classes, but receive fee addressing. Asymmetrical T or V usage symbolizes a power relationship. Symmetrical V usage becomes polite usage, spreading downwards in society. It was used, for instance, between wife and husband, parents and children, and lovers. Symmetrical T usage sought intimacy. People using this form had strong common interests, sought solidarity. Mutual T for solidarity gradually replaced mutual V for politeness. Use of asymmetrical T or V decreased, and mutual V was often used in its place. Nowadays, the right to initiate reciprocity belongs to the member of the diet having the better power best claim to satiety without reciprocation, an interesting residual of the power relation. If you cannot judge who has the power, settle for polite usage. But once a pair of speakers decide on mutuality, it is impossible to go back to either T or fee usage. Okay, next, politeness. Politeness is socially prescribed. We adjust to others is in social relationships in which society deems appropriate. Politeness depends on existence of standards. There are two kinds of politeness. Positive, we try to achieve solidarity and treat others and friends. We do not impose and never threaten their face. Example, symmetrical pronominal use. Negative, it leads to difference, indirectness, and formality in language use. Example, asymmetric T or V use. Brown and Levinson 1987 provide the definition of face. It is the public self-image that every member wants to claim for himself. They make a distinction between positive face. It is the desire to gain the approval of others. The positive consistent self-image or personality, it looks to solidarity. Negative face, it is desire to be unimpeded by others' actions, a claim for freedom of action and from imposition. Each interaction is face work, and the goal is the maintenance of as much of each individual's positive face as possible. Pinker 2007 argues that politeness theory is a good start, but not enough because it assumes that the speaker and the hearer are working in perfect harmony, each trying to save each other's face. Some languages seem to have built into them very complex systems of politeness. Okay, thank you so much. Nasru minallahi wa fathun qarib wa basiril mu'minin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.